Okay, let's do this. Once again, we haven't done this for months since we recorded the last intro to our last van build vlog. So welcome back to the Timezone Junkies. I'm Marlin, if you're new here, and this is my husband Alex.
Yeah, so it's been a long time and we thought we'd catch up by doing a bit of a Q&A just to see where we're at, what our plans are, and yeah.
For you who don't know, we have spent the last 1.5 years converting a van in Spain. You can have a look at those videos, just go to our playlist and you can see them all. We did stop filming the van build not even halfway through because it wasn't our thing. We thought getting on the road and making videos will be a lot more fun. So, like Alex said, we're gonna do a Q&A and we're just gonna start. It's gonna be raw, it's not planned, we haven't really read through the questions. It's a mix of questions we got a long time ago and questions we got more recently.
Yep, so hit it off. Number one.
Alright, number one.
What made us choose our location in Spain?
Well, so if you have been following along earlier on, we used to travel full-time around the world, hitchhike and do all sorts of things. And when the world changed 2 years ago, like we all know it did, we were in Thailand and we were kind of half voluntarily stuck there. And we were thinking about what can we do when the world looked like this?
So we had actually been thinking about it for a while, and kind of something we wanted to do was to travel in a van. And as we figured, well, we don't know how long this is going to go on for, why not just go back and build our own one? It can't take long, right?
Go back where?
Go back to Spain. This is where we lived before, by the way, which we forgot to mention. We used to live in Spain, in the south of Spain, in Malaga, together. My parents have a house fairly coast to coast between Valencia and Alicante, so we thought we'd go there, buy a van.
In the mountains.
Exactly. We thought we'd go there, buy a van, build it in like 6 months and move on.
Yeah, well, it took a little bit longer than 6 months. Well, that is why we chose the location where we have been for the last 1 year and 8 months. We are in a van, by the way, as you can see, and we will give you a tour of that at some point. And we will start filming in the van at some point as well. But we've been taking it a little bit easy for the last few days. We've just moved in and we just wanted to have this like initial experience for ourselves.
Okay.
I'm not sharing it with you guys.
Sorry.
Okay, that was the location, why we chose it. So question number 2. Are you planning to stay on living in Spain, especially if the jab becomes mandatory? Well, we've been here for 1 year and 8 months now. Yeah. That was involuntary. Well, half voluntary, half involuntary.
I guess it depends on the situation. Who knows what's going to happen, but if it becomes mandatory, then...
It was mandatory. Here's the thing. It's not anymore in most places. Well, the question for me, we don't want to talk much about this, but we have not taken this. So we were obviously restricted if we had wanted to travel during this 1 year and 8 months that we were building the van. But as we were building the van, it didn't really affect us because we weren't going anywhere. And now the world is luckily opening up, so we hope that it will stay like that and we can go travel like anyone else. But yeah, we will definitely go travel when we can and where we can.
What was the hardest part of building the van, and did you want to give up at any point? Yeah,
I wanted to give up a million times. I have lost motivation in this build so many times. I would say the hardest part for me about building the van, insulation was hard. It
wasn't difficult, it was just so time consuming. It probably took us longer than it should have, but it took more than a month to do it, because in these crafter vans and sprinter vans, I don't know what Ducatos or anything like that, but there's so many kind of pieces of metal that overlap and you need to get up and underneath, and it was just actually really difficult to get it all in. I said it wasn't difficult. It was quite difficult at some places, but
it was time consuming. Yeah. And I have smaller hands than Alex, so I had to get into all of these gaps, and I scratched my hands so many times on the metal, and I've got nickel allergies, so you can imagine what happened to my hands.
I guess also you're probably thinking, well, surely you can just stuff the insulation behind, but we had this kind of foam It's called Kyflex with adhesive on the back. You have to peel off the adhesive and then stick it on. If it had just been like wool or something, you could just stuff it in, but this one you need to get it cut to the right size, put it in. So yeah, it just took a long time. Another thing that was quite difficult, I guess, was the electric system and running all the cables.
But that was
around.
all Alex. That wasn't me. I wasn't part of that.
Yeah, it took quite a bit of brain power to get my head around it, because I haven't really done anything like that before.
And the weather. The elements, the weather and the elements. We couldn't always be in the van. I mean, people think that, oh, you live in Spain, you've got good weather all the time. But last spring and equally this spring, it rained like 2 months in a row, and we have no shelter to build.
It's not like we're building in a garage with all our tools, a nice workshop, everything. No, we're down on the road, and if it's raining, we can't do anything.
And the last thing that was very difficult with the van build that almost made me give up many times. I actually kind of gave up at the end and left the rest of the van build to Alex, the last of the van build, but it was motivation. It was very hard to stay motivated when the world looks like it does, and especially when this was mandatory to, and also the test was mandatory to go travel, and we have chosen not to go ahead with those things. So that kind of drained me especially a bit, so I lost motivation and felt like, what's the point? But we got here, we have the van ready, we're living in it, so we're there. Okay, and
it's quite beautiful.
It is beautiful. But we will show you, I mean, you can see a little bit now, but we will show you in another vlog.
All right, question number 3 is, did we name our van, or have we named our van?
Well, we actually named our van a long time ago. I think even though we have a name for the van, we aren't still 100% comfortable with it. We don't call our van this name. When we talk about the van, we just say the van. We actually had a christening of our van the other day because our neighbours up where we've been living wanted to smash a bottle on our van. Well, what's the name of our van?
The name of the van is VANDEE.
So it's VANDEE.
Yeah, it's not like when you see a baby and you go, oh, this is a John or a Jack or Mary or something. It was like, oh,
other people seem to have a really easy time naming their vans, but I thought it was really difficult. So it's VANDEE for now. She's had a christening. We were going to smash a bottle the other day before we left the house.
We did try.
Of days ago.
We tried to hit it on the metal hinge on the back doors, and I hit it like 3 times quite hard, and it just ended up taking the paint off.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, let's not do this. But it was our neighbour. She really, really wanted to do this. Everyone else was like, no, let's just pour a little bit on the van. We had champagne. So that's what we ended up doing. So she is
I think we had Carver.
Baptized.
We're in Spain.
It was Carver.
Yeah.
So our van is, she's a she. She's baptized.
Baptized in alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds a bit strange. Right, okay.
All right, question number 4. This is probably on everyone's mind who's interested in where we're gonna go. Where is your first trip? Where is the first place you will go? Will you travel around Spain where you are, or will you go further into Europe? Well, we have changed our plans quite a few times. Yeah.
Back and forth a lot between where we're going to go and what we're going to do.
So the original plan was to travel around Spain, and then we would see what we would do after that. Our second plan, we were so sure we were going to do this because we're like, we need adventure. We can't film or vlog if we don't have an adventure. You know, we live in Spain, so Spain is home to us, so it's not so exciting. It's not exotic, right? Like, other people are like, oh, you're so lucky you live in Spain, you can travel around Spain, there's so many places to see. And yes, there are, but it's our home, so it's not exciting. So for a while, or quite recently, I was saying to Alex, like, let's drive to Turkey. Especially now when Europe is opening up and we can travel with the van quite freely across Europe.
Yeah.
Being, you know, not that. That was a plan, and we were so convinced that we were going to do that.
Yeah. But in the end, it came down to cost. I mean, to drive there, it's going to cost 800 euros in fuel at least. And then you got to drive around and then drive back. So, I mean, it's a lot of money, and we're not there yet.
Just very quickly, I'm just going to mention, how we are supporting ourselves at the moment. We've been living in the mountains in Spain in Alex's parents' house. We haven't been paying rent. We don't earn anything on YouTube. We weren't really even earning anything on YouTube before we stopped making videos for YouTube. I mean, we were probably earning about 15 to 20 euros a month on our YouTube channel before the world got turned upside down. So it wasn't much, and about 20 on Patreon or something like that. Anyways, that's not so important. So what Alex been doing, except for living on our savings, and we had an inheritance that we used to build the van with, that's gone. Alex has been teaching online on different online Chinese schools and some other platforms. So
yeah,
we're not earning much money. I haven't been working. I haven't figured it out yet because it was YouTube for me. I tried to make our YouTube channel an income stream. It didn't really work out.
Not yet.
Not yet. So yeah. What I wanted to say with that was that we don't know. Even though he has a monthly income, it's not very high for two people. A van with the fuel prices right now, and also all these Chinese companies have or China has cracked down on all these Chinese English teaching companies, so the children are not allowed to learn on the weekends now. They are not allowed to learn during the holidays, which kind of messes it up because the summer holidays are coming up for the Chinese kids.
We're not sure if we're going to have an income in
the summer.
I mean, the hourly rate isn't terrible, but you're limited to 3.5 hours a day.
Yeah. Anyways, we weren't going to talk about money, but this does affect where we are going with the van.
Yeah, exactly.
So we decided, even though this might sound a little bit boring, we decided that maybe we'll just stay in Spain for now, get used to the van, explore a little bit, because even though this is our home, like I said, there are so many places we haven't seen.
Absolutely.
In Spain.
Absolutely.
Like most of Spain we haven't seen. So we're gonna travel down south of Spain. We're on the east coast now, and we're gonna move down south, and we're just gonna move slowly and just see what happens. Yeah. And then we might get some crazy idea, because this is what we normally do. We just come up with something crazy and we take off. So plans might change. We have some other ideas of how to make an income, so we'll see if that works out as well.
Yep. Okay, next question.
Next question is, are you planning on doing a van trip series? Well, I guess we would do a van trip series, if we would call it that, if we had, you know, like when we were hitchhiking, we would have like, okay, we're hitchhiking from Thailand to Spain. And that was the goal, and that was a series. Same thing when we hitchhiked around Turkey and the Caucasus, and we were going to go to Kyrgyzstan to the World Nomad Games. We didn't do it, but that was our second series. After that, we haven't really made any series. We made an India series, but it was a mix of things. So when it comes to this, we're not really sure how we're going to do this.
I think it's just going to start with just feeling, getting used to van life, daily life, what we get up to.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Because also we, like, coming back to money, we don't have a lot of money, so we can't really go on like adventures that cost a lot of money. We're gonna have to drive very slowly because of fuel prices. I'm sure you all understand that, because it's crazy right now.
Yeah.
The cost of gas.
Yeah, you guys know this.
Yeah,
sure.
It's, I don't mean diesel, I mean gas for our gas stove. And we had to fix our AC yesterday, for example. We had to re-gas that, and that was double the price to what it usually costs. So, I mean, we're going to try our best. We will go for hikes and things like that, and we will try to explore a little bit.
There's so many places in
Spain. We don't really know how to make a series like this, because this is so different to what we normally do, because most of our videos are about hitchhiking or exploring exotic places that are very different to where we're from. And yeah, this is going to be such a learning curve. It's like starting all over. Plus, we haven't even filmed for the last year.
Hey, we used a drone earlier.
Yeah, we did use a drone earlier. Anyways, let's move on. Series.
Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe. We have to figure it out.
See how we progress, right? Okay.
All right.
Number 6. In an ideal world, where would you go next? For me, right here. Okay, this is a new chapter and it's something different, so I'm happy just exploring Spain a bit more. I love Spain. So, yeah, for me, I'm happy just to see what we do here. See where we go. So
in an ideal world, I would still be out there, or we would still be out there, traveling and going all sorts of places. Yeah. Not a special destination or anything, but I'm excited about van life too. We just need to get into this, get used to it, figure out how to make it an adventure, even though it's going to be like a lot of everyday stuff, right? Plus, at the moment, we're trying to focus on our health as well, and that might be a little bit boring to film, so we need to find a balance.
Or it might not be. People might be interested to see what we're doing to try and be a bit healthier. I don't know. We'll see what we film.
Yeah, I put on quite a few lockdown kilos, and also I stopped my thyroid medication, so that also made me put on a bit of weight. And yeah, for me, starting this and go hiking and walking on beaches and not being stuck up in the mountains where we were, because we hardly went anywhere. This is going to be like a good opportunity for me to exercise. Not that that got anything to do with in an ideal world, where would you go next, but
off on a tangent, aren't we?
Yeah, always.
All right,
let's move on. Okay, we only have 2 questions left. Okay, so what camera do you use for vlogging?
Yeah, I think I remember the name of the camera, right? It's a Lumix G90. Yeah, I mean, we like the camera. The autofocus isn't great if you use it on auto. If you set it up with manual focus, then that's very sharp and very nice.
Yeah, we bought it at the end of 2019, so we didn't get to use it very much. We used it when we were in California and Arizona. We used it in Mexico in the beginning of 2020, a little bit in the Philippines, and then you all know what happened, and we haven't filmed since then.
We do have another camera. We have a Sony, and I can't remember the last. Maybe we'll just put the name down here, Sony, whatever it is.
Yeah, which is more like a point and shoot camera that is easier to use. Yeah. And we also have a GoPro 7, which we also bought in 2019, I think. And we have a drone. We've got a Mavic Mini, the first one. Yeah, so it hasn't been used much. We just flew it this morning, like Alex said, and we're trying to get used to flying it again.
And we kept getting propeller error, blah, blah, blah. So many bloody errors.
Okay, anyway, so let's move on to the last question. And this actually brings us back to hitchhiking, because that's what we have the most memories from. And the question is, what's your most memorable act of random kindness? We have many.
Yeah, that's a difficult one. Maybe for me the one that stands out is being taken across almost the entirety of Kazakhstan by a group of 3 Turkish truck drivers. I think we went about 3,000 kilometers within 4 or 5 days, and they shared food with us, and we slept in the back of his truck was empty, so we slept in the back. Yeah, it was
a very, very special experience. And by the way, guys, if you haven't watched our hitchhiking series, if you are watching our channel by chance for the first time, please just click on the link up here and head to our first hitchhiking series. We re-edited it, so it's uploaded a few years after we actually filmed it, and then you can just find your way on our channel. And we have so many hitchhiking videos. You will see how amazing people are when you hitchhike. It's the connection that you have with the people that you meet, and I think that's something we're gonna miss. Yeah. When we do van life, we're thinking, God, we're gonna be so lonely. We're gonna meet anyone. How do we have an adventure? So we're hoping that we're gonna get to pick up hitchhikers.
Well, you know, I think we've been in about 600 cars in total hitchhiking, so we have a big debt to pay back. So we did pick up 2 hitchhikers a couple of weeks ago when we were at the house.
A short trip, and it was like with Alex. Like Alex saw them and he was like, "Are we stopping?" I was like, "Yeah, we're stopping."
So yeah, we've got a big debt to pay back in terms of kindness.
Yeah,
we'll do our best when we see it, when we see it's possible.
Van life, yes, we're starting van life. This is so weird. This is so weird.
It'll be fun.
We're gonna try to do our best to start vlogging again. We feel a little bit out of place this was quite an easy video to sit down and make because we had the questions there and we just had to answer them sitting in our van comfortably. But it really feels weird, the thought of picking up the camera and go out and hold it, and or maybe he films me,
or filming making coffee, filming opening the door, walking out in the morning. These little things.
We're so not used to that, you know. We've gone from filming every day nearly to not filming for a year. It's or more, yeah. And the only thing we filmed since then was the intro to the last video, which we filmed like 10 months after the actual video was made, the last van build video. You can watch the van build series up here. We're only going from...
How many have we got? Like 4 videos?
No, we have quite a few videos. So we start from buying the van until we're putting the floor in, and then we stopped. And the reason for that is, I'm just going to answer that question because, I mean, maybe people need to know why we stopped filming.
Well, it took too long to build it, so filming on top of that was just I don't know, it was too much. It was too much,
it would have taken too long. Yeah. And also it felt like it wasn't really our thing to film a van build. We're not those kind of YouTubers. I think it wasn't our thing, really. And also to mention something, because if you have been watching our van build series, you would also know that there was a dog in our videos.
Yeah,
Milo.
No, I'm joking.
No! So, we adopted a dog. I'm very sad to say this, and I don't like saying this. We got a lockdown dog. Yeah. We didn't know what we were doing. We love dogs and we always wanted a dog, but I don't think we thought it through.
Right. Let's cut to a long story short.
It's the loveliest dog. We are so in love with him, but we decided that it was best for him and for us to go and live with our very good friends who live in the same valley where we've been for the last 1 year and 8 months. And it is his favorite place on Earth, or in the valley.
Yeah, on the valley. Yeah,
the valley. They have another dog. He loves it there. They have a big garden. He loves the owners of that dog.
And the owner as well. He goes to work doing some building work, and he takes the dog with him. He's outside in the garden, the different places where he goes, and he meets other dogs. So
we've cried a lot. There's been a lot of heartache. I've been feeling a lot of guilt because maybe I was the one who convinced Alec that this would be better for us and for him.
But he's definitely happy there.
He is happy. I think he might even be happier than he was with us. Absolutely. So we don't feel bad about that. And now he's in a freaking amazing place, and they're going to get a puppy. So
yeah, he's going to be he's going to boss around with a puppy.
And this dog, he loves other dogs, so he's way better off. Questions are going to come up about that, obviously, because Milo was in the whole van build. Cute. Where is Milo?
Where's that little cutie monkey?
Yeah, and he is adorable. Any update on something that people need to know about us, about our plans?
I need to sort my hair out.
So we shaved. You see in the van build series, you will see that we we didn't shave his hair off in the videos, but you will see that he doesn't have any hair suddenly.
Well, I have a lot of hair, but
and we did that twice. Yeah. And now it's growing out. It's going to get long again.
It's a wild animal.
Yeah, probably going to use hats a lot.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to end it with saying that we're going to probably start filming, if not today, we will start filming maybe tomorrow. One of the reasons for that is obviously we wanted some time to ourselves in the van to get used to this. He's teaching in the van, so that also is like Monday to Friday in the middle of the day every day, so it's not like we have all day. We're not doing YouTube full time like we were before. If you want to support our channel, you can head over to our Patreon page. There's a link up here and also down in the description. Check it out, see if you're interested in that. We also have a Buy Me a Coffee link. We have a PayPal link. Yeah, if you want to support us and motivate us to make these videos again, it's been a long time, but I'm really going to try. I'm the one editing, by the way, all these videos while he's teaching. So yeah, that's an option. That's a way of supporting us.
The biggest support obviously is just to watch your videos and share it with your friends if you think it's interesting.
Leave us a comment, please, because we feel like during this last year not posting videos, we don't know who's watching our videos anymore.
Or if anybody is.
Because we were uploading our series 1 because I re-edited this, but we don't know who anyone is anymore. We don't know who stayed, who's left. So please leave a comment below. Let us know who you are. That really motivates us as well. that makes us feel like we're not making videos for just, I don't know, anybody, you know,
the community again, right?
Yeah, it would be really, really nice. We would really appreciate that. And yes, if you're new here, please subscribe. Yep. Obviously, to our videos. We are gonna try really hard to deliver at least one video a week. Hopefully, 2 videos a week.
Let's try and promise one. Let's not promise 2.
Yeah, but I would like to deliver 2 videos a week. Anyways, I promise you, next video we'll be a little bit more organized. We will know what to say, what to do,
and we need to do a van tour video at some point as well. But we want to be somewhere nice with a nice scenic area, and there's no one around.
And alone,
yeah, which is difficult in Spain.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really nice chatting to you guys again. I'm sure we'll get used to it. From the bottom of our heart, we love you. Bye.
See ya.
Hi guys, and welcome back to our... Should we be Timezone Junkies again or not?
No. We can't change our name again,
I have Timezone Junkies on the logo on YouTube. I put it on there.
Timezone Junkies with Marlon and Alex, maybe you can say.
Welcome back to the Timezone Junkies.
With Marlon and Alex.
No, I'm Marlon, and...
Well, it's quite obvious, isn't it?
And if you're new here... Let me speak, Alex.
Just get on with it, come on. Let's do it.
I was waiting for you.
I was waiting for you. See, look, we're out of practice, right? Okay, number 1.